7600. Hi guys, welcome back to 7600 Podcast with your host Madison. And before we get into it, please go ahead and like and subscribe and watch my other videos and my shorts. So yeah. So today's episode will be about women, well, why I think women should be speaking more about their positive times in relationships and marriages versus always speaking about the negative online. So I thought of this episode because I am a lover girl through and through. I love love with a passion. I love love so much, like so much. I used to call myself a hopeless romantic. Now I say more of a hopeful romantic. So I love love. I think love is like one of the most beautiful things to ever witness. And for those who don't know, I started writing music about it. Can't sing, but I can write. And I have a YouTube page as well. I'll put it in the comments below, the link below, the bio below, whatever. And I have a song regarding this topic. Well, kind of regarding this topic. It should be out by the time this video comes out. So if it is, I'll put it in the link below as well. But I wanted to say all that just for like a little background before I get into it. And yeah, so I thought of this episode because I see a lot of women online speaking about the negative times they've had in relationships or even marriages. And while that is valid, while that is great to hear about so other women can know like the signs to look for, the red flags, what not to do, I think it's very informative, but at the same time, I would like to see women who are in happy relationships, who are happily married or happily engaged, happily a girlfriend, and being treated right by the man that they're with, and they actually trust the man that they're with. I would love to see them speaking more about their relationships online. So it's like, it's not always negative because I feel like there's so much negativity in the world already. And then here we come spewing out more and more. Again, it's a great thing to put your story online so other women and people in general can learn from them. But at the same time, I just wish I saw more women who are in happy relationships, relationships that are healthy, relationships where it's not toxic, where there's no cheating, where it's not, someone's being manipulative, someone is being treated unfairly. I wished women who are in relationships like that, men as well too, but this is mainly for women. I wish I would see more videos online where women are speaking about that because I feel like it would give more hope to the women like myself who are waiting for the right man, who do not want to end up in a relationship where it's like, that is crazy, that is bad. So a lot of women will go viral for talking about their negative experiences with a man, whether it be with a man who is not online, whether it be with a social media guy, whether it be with a celebrity, whether it be with a pastor. We're seeing more and more of those go viral now. And it just seems like the viral moments are surrounded by women speaking about how a man did them wrong. Whether they go on a podcast, whether they are interviewed some way, shape, or form, whether they are just speaking about it on their own platform on social media. It just seems like those moments go viral because the stories are really crazy sometimes. Like, I've heard a lot of crazy stories online from women speaking about what a man has done. And sometimes it's so crazy, it's like, girl, what? I couldn't imagine going through some of the things these women have talked about. And which is one of the reasons I have no problem waiting on the man that God has for me because I do not want to be in a situation like that where a man is constantly cheating on me, manipulating me. Anytime I call him out on his bad behavior, he tries to flip it on me and deflect. And it just like becomes, I feel like, a mental terrorism to deal with. And I don't feel like anyone should have to deal with that, especially when you have pure intentions in a relationship. And it just seems like those moments, they go viral because the stories are so crazy, like I said. But at the same time, when I see a lot of stories where a woman is talking about the good things a man has done for her, a lot of those don't go viral. Some of them do, but it just seems like the negative go more viral or more talked about than the positive, which I feel like is just society today. Online, even the news, negativity is a big thing. It is so pushed out into the media, and people know what they're doing. The media, like the people that run the media, they know what they're doing. They push more negativity out there for their own agendas. And it makes it so easy to start to believe as a woman that there are no good men out there. I personally think there are great men in this world. Even if they're not great right now, God could be healing them, helping them through it to become a great man. Not just for a woman, but for himself too, because it's not always about a relationship. If you cannot do the work by yourself and get yourself together and like yourself, you're not going to be healthy in a relationship with anybody. So it's not always about, oh, I need to heal so I can find a great wife, or I need to heal so I can find a great husband. You need to heal so you can be a great person by yourself, and then add somebody else into the equation. It's not always about, I want to heal so I can be a girlfriend or a boyfriend. You should heal because you want to heal, not to please somebody else or to have happiness with somebody else. That could turn into codependency at some point. But yeah, that's not what we're here to talk about. So yeah, but it just seems as though a lot of people can take that negative and make it seem as though, like I said, there are no good men out here. And I hear a lot of women speak about how every man is a cheater. I don't feel as though that's true. I'm going to be real honest. I'm going to be very honest about my opinion. This is just my opinion. It's not a fact. I think about 95% of men cheat, whether they cheat once or whether they are like a habitual cheater. I think a good 95% cheat. And even if they don't actually cheat, they might think about doing it. Just my opinion. And it's sad, but I think cheating, a lot of times when people cheat, actually, I'm not even gonna say a lot of times. I'm gonna say when people cheat, typically it's because of a lack of integrity, a lack of respect for your relationship and for the person that you're with, a lack of self-control, a lust problem. That's very big in today's world. It's very big. Like, lust is everywhere. It's taken a hold of a lot of people, and a lot of people just don't have self-control. It's unfortunate, but it's just the truth. And I don't ever want to allow the negative stories that I hear online from women make me feel as though, or make other women feel as though there's no good men out here. Because like I said, I think there are great men out here. I'm going to be honest, I haven't really seen it with my own eyes. I haven't really seen that with my own eyes. I have come across a lot of men, family members, guys I was cool with at one point, people that I worked with, and I've talked to a lot of men. I've had some homeboys in the past, and even my own family members. I don't really see, I've never seen a good representation of a great husband. I have not seen that. And just because I haven't seen it doesn't mean it doesn't exist. I know it exists. It's just kind of like I haven't seen it with my own two eyes. Not me personally, unfortunately. I haven't. I'm just being honest. And I don't want that to become the norm in today's world. A lot of women are so damaged and hurt by men, and I've heard some women say every relationship they've ever been in, a man has cheated on them. Like every single relationship, they've been in 5 relationships, all 5 of those men have cheated on them. So some women have been so hurt so much and so often by men that they thought they could trust, that they start to believe that cheating is normal, or they start to believe that, oh, a man is going to cheat anyway, like just let him do what he wants to do. So they decide not to leave that relationship. They decide not to call out the cheating, or they decide to, make it seem as though it's a normal thing. And they will not leave that relationship. They will stay in that relationship because they have normalized cheating to the point where they think, oh, he's going to cheat anyway. So, if I want a relationship, I might as well stay here because he's going to cheat anyway. And I don't think we should think like that. And I feel like a lot of that comes from men, for one, cheating men, not all men, and these stories online that we hear. Because even myself, even though I've never been cheated on, I do believe about 95% of men cheat because of so many stories that I've heard. Stories I've heard from my own friends, stories I've heard from my family members, stories I've heard from random women online, stories I've just heard in general. It's kind of hard to believe something is like not happening when you constantly hear about it. And again, I hear more about, oh, he cheated, he manipulated, he had a baby, he gave her an STD, he lied, and he tried to gaslight her, and he did this and that and the third, and he was texting other women, and he was DMing other girls, and he was sleeping with this one, sleeping with that one, and all of these things. I hear so many of those stories, and it does not have to do with race either. The woman could be black, she could be white, she could be Hispanic, she could be Asian. It does not matter. I hear so many different ages as well. Younger women, women that are in their 40s. 40s is very young in my opinion, so I'm not saying 40s is old. But women in their 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s actually too. Actually, I've heard about that too. So many women are being cheated on. So many women are being cheated on and have been cheated on. And I don't want that to, again, even though I've never been cheated on, I still believe 95% of men cheat because of all the bad stories that I've heard. And I don't want to allow those bad stories to make me feel like when I get into a relationship, I'm expecting this man to cheat. I don't ever want to think like that. I don't ever want to think, yeah, he's going to cheat. Yeah, he's just going to, that's just in a man's nature. He's just going to do that. That's not normal. It's not okay. It's the ultimate disrespect. And I think a lot of people don't know how to give what they want to receive back. I think a lot of men and women say a man wants a woman to be faithful, but he's a cheater. He wants her to be the baddest thing walking. Like, she's a 10 out of 10, fine. She can't get no better than that. But he has a beer belly and he looks a hot mess. I think a lot of people want things that they're not willing to give back. And it's like, I don't think you should want things that you can't give back. If you know, as a person in general, you're not going to be faithful, why even be in a relationship? Like, that just doesn't make sense. You're just being selfish at that point. You're just thinking about what you want versus how you know you're going to end up treating somebody. Also, because of social media, because of the story times, because of the podcast, because of the comment sections, because the comment sections, you got to read those too. They be hilarious, by the way. Because of female pain being highly monetized, it creates fear-based dating and distrust before connection. And like I said, I don't want to not trust a man before anything even happens. Like, again, like, I don't want to be in my mind like, he's a man, he's going to cheat. Like, you should expect that before he hasn't even displayed any signs of he's a cheater. He doesn't know how to be faithful. He doesn't have self-control when it comes to anything regarding intimacy, anything regarding sex, pretty much. I don't want to think that a man is just like, I'm expecting that. I don't want to think like that. And I shouldn't have to think like that because it's like, I'm not going to cheat on you. So why am I over here expecting you to cheat on me? And you haven't even displayed behavior of your cheater. So all of that negativity that we see online, it can make people really believe that things are going to happen that are not going to happen, which causes fear. So now you have fear of getting into a relationship because of the fact that you've seen negativity online and it's not your story. Just because it happened to one person doesn't mean it's going to happen to you. And I see a lot of people internalize other people's experiences as well. A lot of people will say they don't want to get married because they saw their parents, growing up, their parents had a bad divorce. It got ugly. They fought all the time. Just because that was your parents' experience in marriage doesn't mean that that'll be your experience. So I feel like a lot of people internalize what other people do and what other people go through, and they make it seem as though that's going to be their story. Just because there's a million women online speaking about being cheated on doesn't mean I'll be cheated on. Doesn't mean I'll end up with a man who does me wrong. Doesn't mean I'll end up with a man who's going to treat me like crap. Just because other women, a lot of women are dealing with this or going through this or have dealt with this in their past, it doesn't automatically mean I'm going to deal with it too because I'm a woman as well. it can make someone think like that, like, oh, they just have this fear that something is going to happen when nothing's actually going to happen, which causes anxiety, if you want to be honest. And also, oh yeah, beautiful love can be very quiet. And that's the thing about love. I think, again, like I said, I think love is the most beautiful thing to ever witness. I think it is so beautiful. When two people love each other and they're really together, like locked in, not going nowhere. Like it's just the two of them. They only see each other. And of course, there's other people in the world, yes, but when you, and like I said in my last episode, valuing people, if you really value the people in your life, you will not even think about doing them wrong because you know this person's not in my life anymore. You don't want that. So it also comes down to valuing people as well, because if you value the relationship that you're in, the person that you're with, you wouldn't even think about cheating on them. You wouldn't even think, I want to hurt this person. And sometimes when it comes to like cheating as well, I wonder, I've kind of like struggled with this a little bit sometimes. Sometimes I think if you cheat, especially if you're a habitual cheater, you don't love or respect that person that you're with, because you know cheating on them is going to be like one of the worst things you could do in a relationship. That's one of the worst things you can do. That's extremely disrespectful. And to know that you have done this, I wonder, is like, you don't, if you love someone, you're not going to go out of your way to hurt them. You're not going to go out of your way to hurt that person. So it makes me wonder, like, do you really love that person? You definitely don't respect them, in my opinion, but do you really love them? Because if you did, why would you do something to them that you know is going to hurt them? You did that. Cheating is not a mistake. Taking a left turn instead of a right turn is a mistake. You built the time to be with someone else in an intimate way. You chose to do that. So I don't really look at that as something small, and I don't think you respect or love the person if you do that. I really don't. I really don't. It just like, you'd have to like really convince me that you love someone that you cheat on. Like you'd really have to convince me. I don't think that that's the case. But yeah, beautiful love is very quiet, and I think, like I said, negativity is more, I don't want to say more entertaining, but yeah, it's pretty much more entertaining. Like drama is entertaining, but drama is not positive. It's negative. People fighting is negative. It can be entertaining, but it's still negative. And a lot of people do not want to sit down and hear about someone, a man treating a woman right. They don't want to sit down and hear that story. They want to feed into their toxicity and the negativity and, oh yeah, he did you wrong, and girl, I was there too, and da 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 da. It's like they can connect with you because they've been through it. When they haven't experienced beautiful love, they can't connect with that because they haven't experienced it, they haven't felt it, they don't know what it looks like, it's foreign to them. So in their mind, they're like, I don't want to hear about that. All these men cheat anyway, like it don't even matter, you know. So it builds all of that negativity in people and in the world in general, and makes you feel like, well, I mean, a man is going to do what a man is going to do at the end of the day. So it kind of creates that mentality. And beautiful love is kind of just like pushed to the side, like it doesn't matter. Me, like I said, I'm a lover girl. I love a romance movie. My favorite movie is The Notebook. Not my favorite movie, but my favorite romance movie is The Notebook. I think love is just so beautiful. I do. And don't get me wrong, the stories online, they are entertaining. It's like, girl, what happened? But it's not good. And again, it can be very eye-opening, but it can also be so detrimental to how women approach relationships or even think about relationships, or they start to settle just because they feel like, oh, well, again, a man is going to do what a man is going to do, and it shouldn't be like that. But unfortunately it is. um I don't want to say that no more. Okay, but like I said, when women hear negativity, like I said, they start to expect disaster, they self sabotage, they distrust good men, which also comes from trauma. A lot of people are facing trauma that they don't even realize, because if you are in a relationship with a good man as a woman and you're so used to being cheated on and being hurt and being talked to like you're not a human being, you can sabotage a great relationship with a good man because, again, it's foreign to you. So now you need to go heal and you need to go deal with that. But if we had a lot of women speaking more about the positive love, the things a man does when he loves you, and not like a gift thing, not just, oh, he buys me this, that, and a third, that don't mean nothing. But he is gentle with me. He's kind to me. He wants to hear about my day. He prays with me. He prays over me. If you're pregnant, he was there with you through every step. He didn't dip out and say, I don't want to deal with this and became a deadbeat dad. He is there for you. He's your best friend. He's the man that you want to be with. And is so foreign to a lot of women because they have been through nothing but negativity and trauma. If you want to be honest, it's really trauma. Trauma doesn't have to be something like somebody threw you out of a window. Like, trauma is very deep rooted and a lot of it is psychological. So pretty much, I feel like if we want healthier love and we want to see that, we have to start normalizing it more. We have to start wanting more for ourselves as women as well, because you can't want more for yourself but then you deal with a man who doesn't treat you right. I feel like at the first sign of disrespect, leave. Leave as soon as possible. Don't stick around. Don't think that, oh, he's gonna get better, I can change him. Please stop thinking you can change a man. You cannot change a man. You cannot change anyone. People change because they don't like what they see in themselves and they decide to take action and do something about it. People do not change because someone else is not happy, because at that point they're trying to change for someone else. You can't change for someone else. You have to do the work for yourself. Like I said, do not heal to be in a relationship. Heal because you want to heal and not continue to do the things or think the things that you think or feel or whatever the case may be. You want to heal from the trauma you've been through in your life. It's not about somebody else. Do not make your healing, do not make your time with yourself about someone else, because at that point it's like you might not continue on with it, because once it gets a little hard, you're like, why am I even doing this? I don't even want to do this. I'm doing this for somebody else. You have to do it for you. It's not about other people. So, yeah. But I wanted to end out with this scripture because I feel like this is the blueprint for love biblically. So the scripture is 1 Corinthians 13:4-7. Love is patient, love is kind. It does not envy, it does not boast, it is not proud. It does not dishonor others, it is not self-seeking, it is not easily angered, it keeps no record of wrongs. But I just want people to, men and women, but mainly women, to start speaking more. If you're in a relationship and you're happy, like happy, especially in marriage, especially a long marriage, please go online if you're comfortable doing it. I'm not trying to push somebody to do something they don't want to do. If you're comfortable speaking online about the positivity you've experienced in a relationship, in your marriage, speak about that. We can not always have negativity. The world is already so negative, and then it's like constantly more and more and more and more, and it's just like added to it every single day. I would love to see more positivity about love. And yeah, so if you guys want to hear my second album that I wrote, I suggest you check it out. Again, the link will be in the bio. So yeah, I will see you guys next time. I hope you enjoyed the episode. Go ahead and like and subscribe and let me know what you thought in the comments. And I will see you guys later. Bye.